Today's show brought to you by HP. So it may seem a little bit strange to you that the guy who wrote Life After the 30-Second Spot is talking about the future of television, but actually the subject interests me very much. Video, sight, sound, and motion is the richest form of communication, and I'm actually, ironically, a heavy television viewer. I don't watch commercials at all, but I love to watch television. And the future of television is something that we all need to be very, very concerned about, because, whether you talk about free or fee or premium or freemium or whatever the case may be, the bottom line is this: there are a lot of people in this country, in the world, or whichever country you live in, that can't afford to pay for content. And right now there's this, what I call this vicious cycle or vicious circle going on right now, which I actually wrote about in Life After the 30-Second Spot, which is as simple as this. When viewers fleet, or when there are fleeting viewers or fragmented viewers, what happens? Ad dollars kind of desert or depart as well. And when ad dollars desert or depart, guess what happens? The quality of content decreases as well, hence the rise in reality programming. And when the quality of content decreases, guess what happens to viewers? Well, they depart again, because television isn't as good as it used to be. And so a vicious circle ensues. So I'm very interested in the subject, and I like what CNN are doing, for example, the way that they've incorporated Twitter and Facebook and other social media tools to really make television a participatory experience. But the one thing that's really important as well is to realize that when people watch television, they don't always want to lean forward. They don't always want to be texting and voting and typing. They want to lean back. They want to submit. Submission is one of the most powerful forms of engagement. That's the power of storytelling at the end of the day. And that's something that we don't appreciate or understand fully when we think about audience and how audience is changing. There's a little plug for you, Mr. Feldman. So I want to talk to you today. That was a hell of a lead up. I want to talk to you today about two trends that I think are really interesting, and I'd like you to check them out as well. One thing, I love The Amazing Race, ironically, reality programming, and I missed the final 20 minutes the other night. So I went online to CBS to view an episode, because now every network basically puts all of their episodes live, well, not live, but free, I should say, on the air. And I saw something called a viewing room. Now this is interesting. So what's really happening right now is you can join a viewing room already in progress, and you can see exactly at which part of the show that viewing room right now is kind of engaging in. Or you can start your own private view, or even start your own public view and have other people join you. The bottom line is what they've done is they've created a shared experience. So now people anywhere in the world on their PCs or on their Macs, whatever the case may be, can actually be watching the same content at the same time. And there are various elements where you can chat, where you can use emoticons, etc. So you can actually talk to each other as well. So the beginning of a trend, watch it. What does it mean? What are its implications? Who knows, maybe too soon to tell, but definitely one identified. The other thing, just briefly to mention to you, is CNN recently launched a live streaming app on the iPhone. Major League Baseball has a live streaming app on the iPhone as well. Another trend, another very, very clear indication to you in terms of where television is going. Content wants to be free, but content also wants to be viewed anywhere, everywhere, any place, anytime. Size of the screen is not a determination of a viewing or a consumption quality experience. So a couple of interesting trends. If you see some trends as well that give you an insight in terms of where television is going, why don't you send them to me, Jaffe@crayonville.com. I'll talk about them on a future episode of Jaffe Juice TV.